Hey, beautiful people, back with you today to discuss something a little different because today I want to talk to you about the mindset that needs to go along with using ChatGPT if you want to really go beyond the ordinary with how you're using it and what it creates for you. And I call this the bright mindset, kind of like when you're turning up the brightness of your computer monitor or turning up the lights. That's how you need to turn up the light in how you're thinking about ChatGPT. Now, the thing is, when economies and change like 50% practically overnight or more, and if you only change 5 or 6%, you're going to be toast, right? And that's what's happening right now. Yeah, ChatGPT AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. This isn't a flash in the pan, just a current little trend that's going to pass by like so many things happen in marketing. This is here to stay, and it underlies so many different aspects of marketing beyond your marketing messaging. There's so many other ways where it's shaving off time, where even a fraction of time shaved off consistently, even a few seconds. Let's say I heard someone say that by the end of the year, you may be able to just hit a button and say, here's my topic. Um, I'm a car repair dude in Oshkosh. Is it Oshkosh, Wisconsin? Right. I'm just making this up as I go. But let's just say someone like that, a regular brick and mortar business, that there could be the possibility of this is what I do, this is where I do it, here's my customers, hit the go button, create that website, create all the copy, create my emails. And so where does that leave uh, us, those of us that write copy and do marketing? What it means is that we need to shift our own mindset into a brighter, higher outlook and understanding of how we're going to use it. I jotted down just a couple of statistics that according to Learning Hub in 2023, 90% of marketers are still going to want a marketing funnel, right? And so when you learn how to write all the components of a marketing funnel, for example, like I teach in the Accelerated Entrepreneur, and you add in the component of ChatGPT to that, how much further and faster can you go? Because what I've discovered, my personal journey with ChatGPT, is it will teach you. You will learn from it if you give it the right input. It can add to your creativity, help you see through walls and between lines, and all of the things that may seem invisible or impossible. You can start to do with ChatGPT, and a tiny fraction of 40% plan to adopt it that aren't using it yet in their funnels, and 88% of marketers working with AI so that technologies help them personalize their customer journey. Okay, it's not less personal. They've been able to personalize it. And here's the bottom line: $107 billion market. Billion. That's the global market revenue forecast for AI in marketing in 2028. That's not very far away. Have you noticed how time has compressed in the last few years, just in general, and it seems to be accelerating in other ways? So that's exactly what's happening now. So there's a lot of things that are changing. I'm going to say that if you're a copywriter who's just an average copywriter, yeah, you may be just devoured by this. But if you are willing to go the next step and start thinking differently about what you need to be doing, investing in yourself, getting the training you need so that you can start implementing, there's two markets for sure that aren't going to change no matter what when you leverage them properly. One of them is your own audience. That's why you should have an email list. That's why you should have subscribers that you can communicate with and write to and have control over, that it isn't just based on an algorithm on a social media platform, for example, and you can continue to have impact and reach that way. And the other one is your humanity. And this is why I'm teaching how to humanize and optimize ChatGPT, because here's the thing. The mindset of this is that looks like, a beautiful mansion with all the lights on and sparkling fountains out in front, and that's AI. But if you go inside and walk around, you're going to be in echoing hallways because there's no person there, there's no heart there, there's no soul there, nobody's home there. And no matter how real ChatGPT can be and how much it may feel like you have a friend in ChatGPT who understands your feelings, it's merely being trained. It's been trained, and it is not sentient. It doesn't have emotions and feelings like we do. And so that humanity cannot be replaced even by ChatGPT, no matter how amazing it is in so many ways, and how you can have a little joke with it and all of those things. It's not going to replace you, the person, the human, the heart and soul and spirit. But you have to know how to think differently about it and how to maximize that. And so this is why it's time. I call it marketing in the wild. It's really, you need to wake up, completely wake up, and pay attention to what's going on around you. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to what their concerns are so that you can reflect this back into how you're working with ChatGPT. Because, for example, if you say, take this concept A, and then put it in the context of this, a different way of looking at it that you've come up with, context A and B, put them together and give me an answer to this question. You may be amazed at what you get and how fast you can get it. Because here's the thing, this has been around since the 60s with programming, that garbage in, garbage out. You're not going to get better quality out the other side than you put in on this side. It's not going to magically morph into something way better than you had in the first place if the first place was not quality, if the first place was not anything worth really pursuing. However, even if you write a draft of something, if you're thinking about what you want to say in your marketing message, or you have an idea and where you're writing it, it's just right into the prompt, the way you're having the conversation with ChatGPT, even if it's kind of not that well developed yet, but it's something original to you, that creativity, you can put that thought in and have a well thought out, that you actually have thought this something through, or you have an idea. You can literally say to ChatGPT, I have an idea I want to explore with you, and give it something to work with. You then could get really gold out of ChatGPT because you're coming in with something with quality in the first place, even if you have not well developed it or don't know how to. And so it's learning how to do these things that'll make the difference, set you apart in the world of AI and ChatGPT in particular. Because for me, my specialty is that humanizing how you're going to have that communication, going deeper than the obvious in the prompts, really having a conversation like you're talking to another person, not like you're talking to a computer. Okay. Even so, at the same time, you say it, it doesn't have feelings, it's not sentient, but yet on the other hand, you need to talk to it like it does. Okay. And that may sound very contradictory. And so when you do that, I'm telling you, what you can get back out as far as ideas and that spark for your creativity, something you may not have thought of, clarifying something for you. I have literally put prompts in saying, be my mentor on this point. I'm thinking about X, Y, and Z. This is what I'm looking at. What do you think of that? You can literally say, what do you think about that? And don't worry about, oh, it doesn't think, it doesn't have a brain. Just say, what do you think about that? And see what you get back, right? And so this is why I'm saying, a shift in your own mindset. If you're just approaching ChatGPT for the blah 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 boom, just a one line prompt, give me something, okay, I'm going to use it, okay, that's great. You're going to fade into oblivion very quickly if that's how you go at this. But let me just back up for a second. Your clients don't know how to do this. If you're working with clients, they don't know how to do this. So when you learn how to do this, you become a conduit for them. You become the salvation for them when it comes to how they can implement this into their marketing and how they can implement this in their funnels and all the various things that can happen because of the use of ChatGPT, and how you can write those installments of copy that you're going to put into a funnel even faster and more effectively beyond what you might have thought of all by yourself. So you can come at it with kind of a rough draft of something and say, can you help me with this? It does have limitations for how many characters, how many words it can handle at once, but there's ways around that. There's ways to just break it into pieces, and what I call stacking the prompts. You're going to give it one, then another, and another, and say, go time, and then you end up seeing what the output is. So I just wanted to take a minute to talk about this, because this is the humanity aspect of this. This is where you have to shine, because that's the thing ChatGPT can't do. And there is a way to do it. And that's what your intention needs to be, that you're going to bring that to the mix. You're not just going to depend on whatever it just happens to spew out, throw it out there for the marketing, hit and run marketing, here today, gone tomorrow. How fast can I get this done? Yes, there's groundwork you have to do. There's background things you do to give it context and form and data to work with. But you can get there so much faster. If you've been watching any of my videos, you should be really understanding that that's the case by now. So, and then just the mindset that you can learn how to do this, that you do not have to be limited or relegated to the way you've always done it. If that were the case, we'd all be, with horse and buggies and uh, talking to each other only face to face, not even be able to pick up a phone to call somebody. There wouldn't be computers. There wouldn't be any of these things that we enjoy as just our regular standard of living for most of us that are blessed to have this as our regular way of life would not even have developed if we hadn't been willing to venture into something unfamiliar and different than what we were used to. So that's another one of the mindset shifts with this. But just go into bottom line here is approach AI, particularly ChatGPT, with the mindset of brightness, with the mindset of creativity, with the mindset that you're not just going to settle for run of the mill that so many people will, or abandon ship because you don't know how to get there. It is a skill. There is an art to it. I believe that humanity that I say comes from our ancestral intelligence built into our DNA. It's like we become the composer of the beautiful music that we can get from ChatGPT with what the words and the concepts and the ideas it will give us to help move us forward even faster and to a higher level than we might have been able to do all by ourselves. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope this is helpful to you to start thinking a little differently about how you approach ChatGPT, not to be afraid of it. I've had people say, wow, this is scary. Well, this is the first time in history that we have been able to have an impact on technology. We, the average person, not a scientist, not a computer whiz or anything like that, but we just regular folks out here making our livings and running our businesses can have impact on technology because we impact ChatGPT. We refine it, we train it, we make it familiar with our own voice or the voice we're representing for our clients, and we go from there. And so we've never been able to have this close juxtaposition of impact and output that we individually can create with the science and the art of prompt writing and communication with ChatGPT, for example, and or what people are doing with Midjourney and other design elements that people that maybe can't even draw a stick figure are able to create beautiful images based on prompts and what they say to the AI that runs something like Midjourney, for example. And so it's changing the face of so many things, and we get to be part of it, and we need to be part of it and lead the way again with our own humanity. It's all the more necessary now, and that's how you can prevail and not get left behind. That's it for today. I will be back tomorrow. This is Tina Lorenz. Hope this was helpful to you. I look forward to talking with you again soon. And right now, have a great rest of your day. And it's bye for now. See you tomorrow.